And all content provided by me contains my own speculative opinion on the market. As such, this content should not be used to make trading or investment decisions. The market is extremely volatile, and the decisions you make should be based on your own due diligence. If you should make a trade or investment decision based off the speculative content that we provide, this disclaimer legally relinquishes me from any and all responsibility. Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. Trading in any market is extremely risky, and you should conduct your own research and analysis prior to making trading or investment decisions.
And welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the daily live stream. This is the Blackfire Technical Analysis channel, and hello, happy Tuesday evening / early Wednesday morning. I hope everybody is happy and healthy. I hope everyone is having a great day, and we are back once again for the same old bullshit that we've been covering for the last forever. Yeah, I think that's the introduction. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Tick that little bell. Helps the YouTube algorithm. If you guys do enjoy this content and want to see more of this content, help that YouTube algorithm boost a little bit of the popularity here. Get us a little bit more visibility on the YouTube platform. I want some more members, man. I don't want to be that guy that looks like he's just fishing for members. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, it is for a beautiful cause. To collectively come together, study together, learn together. I do want to. Hopefully, the dream at some point is to see a streamline of comments coming up on the YouTube comment section here. It makes the streams, in my opinion, a little more fun when I have a plethora of comments to read. Obviously, we're not there yet. We still have a long stride to go. I am, doing some rundowns on ideas that I can do to make the channel a little bit more visual, a little better for the eyeballs, if that makes any sense. Try to attract some more people into the streams and so on and so forth. I actually have an idea that I want to take some of my LED lighting and I saw it on freaking TikTok. It was a TikTok video. I'm not subscribed to TikTok. I saw it was a TikTok video posted on Facebook, but someone took LED strip lights, stringed them up the wall, and then used polyfill to make it look like there was lightning in the clouds. And I think that's fucking awesome. And I want to do that here so that you guys can see that every night. Again, I'm just trying to come up with different ideas and different perspectives to gain a little bit of traction here on the YouTube channel. I still think, if I'm absolutely correct here, let me pull it up. I think we still have only 50 members right now in the YouTube channel here. Let's go ahead and take a look. 51. We have one more subscriber in the last month. I appreciate you, new subscriber. Thanks for subscribing. I understand it's not that big of a niche. It's not the most popular career choice. It's not the most popular type of YouTube video. But I'm doing my very best. But I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you guys for being here. It is vastly appreciated. I think I'm going to hop on to do some analysis here. We'll start off with Mr. Nasdaq, as usual, seeing a second drive of bearish divergence continuing to play out. We did see this drive here printed on yesterday's candle. After we got this little bounce up, we got a little bit of a whoop and boom. No, actually, this is the second drive. Second drive bearish divergence was here. I do apologize. That was a little bit of a mistake on my behalf. Got my eyeballs mixed up here. But after seeing this, new all-time high here, we got this second bearish divergence call on the RSI, as we can see here, and we finally saw a break of structure. We saw RSI break below that 50. Damn it! I can't even get my words right today. I need to slow the hell down. What a struggle! Let me start that again, because I obviously don't have my fucking words right today. God damn. People keep telling me to slow down, and it's so hard. It's so hard to slow down, because I have so much to cover, you guys. Okay. Here's your all-time high. We got the all-time high, right? And then after we put in this candlestick here, we got a flash of bearish divergence for the second time, right? First time being this region here, this prior all-time high. That got your first bearish divergence anchor here, which played out. And then boom, we got our second bearish divergence anchor, which is, in my opinion, still playing out to the downside. We did see price action yesterday here bounce off this support region here, and then today's candle closure basically break, basically confirming the continuation of that bearish divergence drive, which is what I was looking for on this asset yesterday. We finally got a break below the bottom side of the bullish control zone here. Negative exponential here acting as resistance. Seeing that exponential go negative was kind of my first warning shot of potential bearish divergence, especially as price action continued to trade counter trend to the RSI. Price action going up while RSI is starting to lose a little bit of momentum there. Stochastics giving us a nice fresh cross to the downside, also giving us another run of bearish divergence playing out, continuing to play out. I am looking for this bearish divergence to carry price action a little more closer to that yellow 21 exponential here. I do want to bring a little bit of awareness to another moving average here. We'll go ahead and pop this bad boy up just for this sake here. The possibility to see a pullback, a greater pullback to this green 55 here is what I've been paying attention to for the most part for the past few days here. Again, if we do see an open and closure below that 21 exponential, I will be looking for price action to move a little bit greater to the downside, all the way to the green 55, which we see lined up in confluence with this support region here, or this last major low that we saw on price action here off the L21. It's definitely posturing for a pullback, in my opinion. We're starting to see a little bit of weakness in momentum here on the RSI. Again, that negative exponential carrying a lot of weight in my analysis, and then we come to the stochastics here, and we got another play of bearish divergence. Excuse me, that's wrong. What the fuck? We don't have bearish divergence on the stochastics. Actually, we have higher highs on the stochastics. Oh my god. I do apologize, guys. I apologize, everybody. I started running again, and I guess my brain is just trying to get used to, physical exercise. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little off my rockers, a little bit, but we'll try to keep it together. Keep it together, Brian. We'll try to keep this shit together here and continue with the analysis. We don't have bearish divergence on the stochastics. I was wrong. That is not bearish divergence. We have a higher high printing with a higher high printing on price action here. So that is not bearish divergence. Obviously, lower highs printing while higher highs are printing on price action is indicative of bearish divergence, again, which is playing out to the downside. I don't see an end to that bearish divergence, at least until we start, coming closer to that 21 exponential here. And I want to see how price action reacts off this 21 exponential. Do the bears have enough pressure to push through it, or do the bulls have enough pressure to hold this region as support? Only time will tell with this price action. Obviously, seeing price action yesterday come a little close to that 21 exponential, not close enough for me to be, looking at that as a full confirmed test. I actually be more comfortable from a conservative standpoint to see price action actually react positively off that region again until we close, an open and closure below that region. Though this position is still the same, although we are getting some warning shots, in my opinion. Again, with that that staunch cross down in the critical zone. Again, stochastics still in the critical zone. So, a little bit of a, pointer for the bullish perspective, but here on the RSI, which I am taking, I am putting a little bit more weight on RSI within this formation right now, until proven otherwise. Seeing a break of that bullish control zone here and, sharp continuation to the downside is indicative of a greater pullback, in my opinion. Now, obviously, I won't lay conditions for a massive pullback unless I'm given the evidence. However, the conditions for a greater pullback, if we see the yellow 21 break, is this region here at this support. Obviously, if we see a bounce off that 21 exponential here and see a nice little low call being printed on RSI, I will be looking for continuation back to the upside. However, again, momentum is starting to curl, right? We're starting to see the bulls lose a little bit of power here, and with that bearish divergence drive here, it's time to be aware. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean price action has to collapse and capitulate now. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to dump overnight. It can happen. It definitely can happen, but from my perspective, I think maybe we see price action come towards that 21. I want to see how it reacts off that 21 before making further disposition. But as far as price targets to the upside, at the very least, I want to see price action recover this support, this new tentative resistance. I want to see $15,080 broken to the upside. But from a more conservative standpoint, I want to see the open of this candlestick here at 151.28. I want to see that price region taken out. I want to see a low call here on the RSI before I'm convinced of continuation to new all-time highs. Obviously, the target was the 1.272 for Nasdaq. that is no longer the case, in my opinion, for this, at least until we see a higher low structure. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. If we take out the 21 here, I'm going to be looking for a much greater pullback all the way to the downside near the green 55, near this prior low here. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave Nasdaq here. I think I'm just rambling on. Again, my brain is a little off today. We'll go ahead and check out SPY futures here. Obviously, still consolidating within the all-time high region here. Still consolidating on the all-time highs. Still vastly above the 21 exponential here, but same kind of thing here. We're starting to see, momentum oscillators here starting to, creep their way to the downside. Again, that's not indicative of, a massive dump to come. However, it is telling us to be very aware of price action to come. Obviously, still testing this region as resistance. If I see that resistance break, the 1.272 Fibonacci extension target around 45.30 becomes valid once again. However, as long as we're consolidating, I'm going to be looking for consolidation until proven otherwise. It is possible that we're seeing a little bit of momentum oscillator cool down, maybe a little bit of a bullish reset. But again, I want to see more evidence of that before I put any kind of confirmation from my perspective on that. For now, this is the region I'm looking at. I'm looking at potential pullback again. As a result of this continuing to act as resistance, seeing the daily range continue to play out is very, very likely. 44, 15, spot 25. It wouldn't be out of the question to see price action pull to that region if we do see a break. Again, with an open and closure, a back test to confirm it as resistance, I'll ultimately be looking at the 21 exponential here for the next primary target. And at the very most, the 43.75 region here, the prior low, this support level here. I need some water. Jesus. Getting back to it. And, the same conditions apply if we do, again, based off of my 21 exponential strategy here. That is the main strategy that I'm basing all my analysis off. I don't want to get back to that fancy bullshit that was too convoluted and too confusing for me to actually trade consistently. I turned off the 21. What am I doing with my life? Oh, God. All right. Again, the 21 exponential being the main purpose of my strategy here. Ultimately, all price action. I'm looking at the 21 exponential here. Any kind of open and closure below that region, I'll be looking for a greater pullback all the way to this region here. At the very least, 43.10, spot 75. And then the next target to the downside, if that region breaks, would be this low here, which I actually need to adjust this. Yeah, that's a little better. I would be looking for this low or this support here as a potential target at 42.50, spot 25. Again, upon seeing those conditions met, I want to play it level by level. I want to be realistic with the analysis. I'm not looking for those moon shots or doom shots. I'm just trying to trade via what the chart is telling me here. But as far as SPY futures is concerned, again, obviously stochastics giving you a little bit of a fresh cross to the downside. A little bit of concern here, obviously. We're seeing a lot of the same kind of momentum oscillator movement here on these two assets, and it is a little bit of a rise of concern in my opinion. But this one's still much stronger than Nasdaq in my opinion. And, in my opinion, it's just going to, consolidate until consolidation ends. And we have two levels to pay attention to here as far as that is concerned. Obviously, this support region here around 44.15, spot 25, and this resistance around the all-time highs. Again, if it breaks to the upside, 1.272 is going to be my next target longer term. And if the bottom side breaks to the downside, the 21 is going to be my target here. And then I'll look for price action to react or break below the 21 for the following disposition here. Dow Jones actually putting in new all-time highs, which is a little bit of an outlier, maybe evidence of market rotations here. Seeing me being proven wrong is fucking phenomenal in my opinion here. Consolidation, obviously new all-time highs, yes, but at the end of the day, I am looking for this to potentially consolidate here, unless we see back test confirm as support, because we got this candle closure above, right? And then we saw a break below new tentative support, and then all of a sudden back above new tentative resistance. So I'm going to be looking for this to play potentially as new support again, unless it breaks. But we do have evidence of that potentially not being the case here. Seeing stochastics curl back to the upside with this nasty coiling action here. Very bullish in my opinion here for Dow Jones, continuing to gain momentum in the critical zone. And then RSI, look at this. Nice little nice little, barely, but close enough's close enough. Got a nice little dip above that 50 read here, giving me a decent signal. Obviously, again, I want to wait for confirmation before any decisions are made for potential targets to the upside. Again, the confirmation is a secondary open and closure above the new tentative support, or the same condition, a secondary open and closure with a test, with a touch of that region as support and it's supporting price action without closing below. That's the condition I'm looking for confirmation. And if I do get confirmation, one spot 272 is going to be my next target for this one. All of these line up with the one spot 272 if we see new all-time highs on these assets here, somewhere around 36,200. Give or take over time. Ebb and flow and in between, obviously, would be a general target in my perspective for this asset. And so that's where I'm going to leave that one. We're going to go ahead and move on to Dixie. Come on. New highs. Yep, new highs. New highs. Continuation. I'm still looking for continuation on this one. Obviously, seeing a little bit of weakening momentum here in RSI. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in my opinion. Higher lows structurally here from an RSI perspective, gaining momentum off that bounce on the 50 read here. Obviously, very, very bullish indeed. I am actually looking for this target here. I'm looking for the prior high target around 93.27 to be met at some point in the next few days, maybe the next few weeks. Stochastics really showing a show of girthy momentum here, putting in new highs, which is definitely what we want to see as far as pointers for bullish continuation are concerned. And that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. I'm actually going to be looking for this to stab and potentially break and print new highs here, which is exciting for the US dollar index market, especially if you trade this kind of market. For the bullish perspective, it is exciting indeed. Closures above the 21 exponential. I'm not looking for any kind of major downside decline until we see an open and closure below that region. Obviously, we still have the condition of printing a new high on this structure to wait for. But if we do get a new high and a confirmation of support upon this region, I'm going to start playing with higher targets here. Which let's go ahead and get a couple of those printed out right now. Maybe give myself a second to breathe. Oh crap. This is a good target. Boom. That's a good region to watch out for. This high is a good region to watch out for. A lot of regions to pay attention to here. A lot of touch points. Obviously, playing it level by level, that's what I would be looking for. If we do print new, not all-time highs, new highs on this structure here, the next target I'll be looking for is somewhere around 93.55. Give or take, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave the upside. Unless we see some kind of capitulation to the downside, taking out this low, I'm going to remain, medium-term bullish on this and potentially long-term bullish on this. Again, especially if the condition of printing a new high is confirmed. For now, we are on a higher high and a higher low trajectory, and the trend is your friend until the end. I'm sticking with the trend of the upside. Until proven otherwise, I'm going to be riding this yellow 21 exponential as far as price action is concerned. Now, seeing a pullback all the way to test that yellow 21 wouldn't be out of the question, but unless we open and close below it, I'm not going to be targeting anything to the downside, significantly, right? Again, pullback to that region wouldn't be out of the question. We see stabs at the 21 all the time in price action here. So, seeing a kind of a pullback test to that region from a wiki perspective here wouldn't be out of the question for the dollar here. That's kind of where I'm going to leave that one. I think it is time to move on to the Hall of Fame. Consolidating. Still using this bottom side of the box zone here as as resistance, confirming another lower high. Downtrend continuation is my call. Look at this. Boom. Rejection of the bearish control zone is very, very likely, in my opinion, with this sharp cross down. Unless we see a sharp increase in price action, we are seeing downside pressure from the bullish perspective. We're starting to see the bears really take control. The bears have been absolutely controlling this market for quite some time now. Basically since this top here. Boom. And we've been in bearish control ever since, and now seeing bearish pressure being put at the middle of the bearish control zone is a very big sign of concern, in my opinion. Nice little top call here on the RSI. Downside, I'm going to be targeting this region here first, about $2.70. But again, ultimately, overall, I'm going to be looking for this blue box region here, the $2.57 region, as the next potential target for this price action. Again, until proven otherwise, I'm aiming down. Price action remains below the 21 exponential, and until price action takes out the 21 exponential, I'm looking down, looking south for price action. Obviously, I'm not trading this one. I'm actually buying. As price action falls, I'm buying because I'm a long-term believer on the Hall of Fame here. Again, nice little project being built in Canton, Ohio. They've got a little bit of a water park, hotel, resort, football themed thing going on here in Canton, Ohio. I think the NFL is trying to restructure what Canton really is, which is kind of exciting for Canton because Canton is an absolute catatonic shithole. But a nice little water park and resort smack dab in the middle of my hometown, I do think would be very, very, very beneficial to the city of Canton. Not only that, but imagine how many people would come to Canton to visit that as a holiday spot, especially during football season. I think it could be a very, very, very big stock in the future, but for now, it's dog shit, in my opinion. It is absolute dog shit, and looking for more dog shit at the current moment in time until proven otherwise. Again, I'm looking for price decline overall. I'm going to be averaging down, obviously, along the way. I'm going to be buying as many of these shares as I can, and then I'm just going to hold. This is a stock that I'm holding, I plan on holding for maybe 10, 15, 20, 25 years. It could be a quarter of my life that I'm holding this asset. Ooh, got a driver ready to install. Not going to do that yet. But yeah, as far as the Hall of Fame is concerned, though, I'm looking down, you guys. I'm looking down to the downtown on this asset. And again, even though I'm looking down on this one, still doesn't have enough history for me to be extremely confident on this. But we do have the 21 exponential strategy that is valid. It has proven to be very valid multiple times in the past. Obviously, here's a good example with a break and then a secondary open and closure above the 21 exponential. Boom, lift off. And then we got our break below, confirmation below, and then boom, new lows. A couple times it didn't work, but generally this strategy has worked on this asset and has proven to be extremely profitable. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for, guys. I'm going to be looking for that 21 exponential strategy to make me some gains in the future. That's where I'm going to leave the Hall of Fame. Let's go ahead and touch up on AMC. Still bad. Nasty rejection on that 21 exponential here. Opened up right on it and then just big old bearish engulfing candlestick here. This is not good. This is not good at all. Top call. RSI is a little weird looking on that top call, but we have a top call on the RSI, and we do see stochastics still failing to cross back to the upside, printing a higher low. So for now, based off the price action that I'm seeing here, we do have a break of support. Maybe we consolidate a little bit, but this is a nasty rejection. This is nasty, a nasty rejection. So I'm curious to see how price action acts. This isn't a low at all. This isn't a low, but this is a top. Our last low is here. Can you have a top without a low? Yeah, maybe you can. Maybe you can have a top without a low. But as far as AMC is concerned, my disposition still remains the same. There's a lot of pressure on the support region here, and the more pressure we put on it, the more convinced that I'm going to be looking for downside targets all the way down to $15. And again, if we do get confirmation below this resistance, new tentative resistance here, we get that secondary open and closure, I'm definitely going to be more confident that price action is ready to break to the downside. What does that mean for the long term? Don't care. I'm trading the daily. I'm sticking with the daily, but yeah, technically long term, we could see a long-term low being printed around 14.85. Maybe even some wicks a little lower than that. And long-term, it would still remain bullish, in my opinion. However, from a daily perspective, not fucking bullish. Absolutely not fucking bullish on this whatsoever. Actually looking for continuation to the downside. Again, unless we see an open and closure above that 21 exponential, I'm looking south on this asset. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. A couple more of these assets are generally the same disposition here. MMAT, putting in a low, starting to climb up and putting pressure on this resistance level here. Again, 21 exponential, 21 EMA here. 21 EMA is what I'm paying attention to the most. Based off this price action here, I do think the momentum is to the upside. What is RSI? RSI not really convincing me of that, but the stochastics is with that sharp, nasty upside back above the critical threshold here into the bearish control zone. Usually these signals are decent buy signals here. Printing a low here and then printing new highs, definitely indicative of a potential uptrend here. I need some water. long day. Okay, so as far as MMAT is concerned, it's consolidation until the consolidation breaks, until the range breaks either to the upside or to the downside. I'm going to be looking at this overall structure to continue to consolidate until proven otherwise. The fact that we met this region as resistance, again, a backside test of the $3.18 region would not be out of the question in my opinion. And as long as this consolidation period holds, I'm going to be looking for consolidation. Obviously, higher low, this is a higher low technically in conjunction with this low here. So the precipice of an uptrend is still very valid for this asset. However, until proven otherwise, it's going to be consolidation. It's going to remain consolidation until either the upside breaks or the downside breaks. Now, if the upside breaks, since the 21 is so close to this resistance here, if the upside breaks, I will be looking for a move back above the 21 exponential. But even if we move back above the 21 exponential, I will be waiting for that confirmation. Secondary open and closure above the 21 before I make any decisions on MMAT. MMAT is something that I am actively trading, and I'm playing the 21 exponential moving average strategy on basically everything that I'm trading. So until that condition is met, I'm patient. I'm being very patient with this asset here. I do think it's a decent asset to trade. It was dog shit for the longest time in the past. Consolidating a big old range to the downside, and now we're finally seeing some bullish momentum here. It could be an exciting asset to trade long term. So I am paying attention to this one, and I am waiting, like a sniper on the top of a mountain to take out his target. And waiting for that trade. I'm waiting for that one signal, that one consistent, case to be built to say, hey, it's time to buy or it's time to short. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave this one. We'll go ahead and move on. I think it is time for a request. No, we need Bitcoin first. Bitcoin. I'm bullish on this. I'm very bullish on this right now. Obviously, seeing this region here testing as resistance for quite some time. We broke this region, this diagonal trend. Back test to support, back test to support, back test to support. Boom, to the upside. I think the 4-hour has a little bit of bearish divergence, but I do believe that bearish divergence is played down. Looking at a potential reset on the 4-hour for the momentum oscillators here, but that's nothing too concerning in my opinion. Still very bullish. Momentum oscillators are still high up on the charts here, and I'm going to be remaining bullish again until that one condition is met, the 21 exponential here, and maybe we see some consolidation, but we're stuck between a little bit of a range right now. I do think the 4-hour is consolidating. Yeah, 4 hours consolidating for sure. Short-term time frame consolidation until one of the two following conditions is met. Price action closure above this region here, this area of resistance. What is this lined up with? Yeah, that's probably correct. This region here as a resistance, I will be looking for a break back above this region here. If we see 46,600 taken out on a daily candle closing basis, I will be looking for this region here as my next potential target to the upside. Somewhere around 49,860 would be my next general target, and actually that would be a damn good take profit zone from my perspective for this price action. Maybe even this region here, this low here could be another potential target for price action. I don't want to get too many horizontals here and convolute price action, but these are the potential targets to the upside. Obviously, seeing this candlestick here, boom, confirm this region here as support. This is new support, and it is confirmed as support until proven otherwise. The fact that we've confirmed this region as support and saw a nice little bull wake rise up off of that region, I am looking for continuation back up to this region here at 46,650. And again, if the condition is met with a candle open and closure above this to confirm it as new tentative support, the extension target will become this region here, somewhere around 49,000 even. And that's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin. Unless Bitcoin, reverses, like full on reverses and starts taking out supports here, I'm not going to be looking for any significant downturn of price action on this market here. As of late, I'm actually pretty freaking bullish on this asset. So Good on you. I've been on this position for quite some time now, and I'm waiting for price action to move in the direction of desirability. And I have take profits set up everywhere, as well as potential pullback targets to add to my position here. This one actually played out into my favor today. I had a limit buy on this support level here, and price action touched it. Boom, entry. Nice, beautiful entry on this region here. And now I'm looking for price action to move back up to this region here to confirm take profit. And that's kind of my game plan on Bitcoin. Well, not all of it. I also have an entry point here on this support level here. And one here on the yellow 21 exponential here, all in my opinion very valid buy targets upon any pending potential pullbacks for price action on Bitcoin. I'm set up, man. I am managing the shit out of my position on Bitcoin. Obviously, it's my main traded asset. It's the asset that I trade the most of. That's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. Looking at I always fucking forget to put my cross back on. Looking at RSI, seeing a little bit of weakness here. Obviously, no top signal being called yet. So seeing a little bit of a break and a test of that positively sloped exponential here. Again, would not be out of the question in my opinion. This is very bullish structure from an RSI perspective. And looking at the stochastics, printing new highs. I think. Yep, printing new highs deep in the critical zone here after basically testing and confirming the 80 read as support. Very powerful stuff. So again, ultimately, I'm looking for continuation until proven otherwise on Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and move on to the requests, and that'll do it for the shift Piton, because I'm going to get to work on some other stuff here. Peloton Interactive. Just as a heads up for you guys, a little bit of a side note here. I am going to be posting a new, more nuanced edition of the 21 exponential strategy for your viewing pleasure, for your educational pleasure, because I do think the 21 exponential strategy that I posted the first time was a little uneducated, right? And now that I've been trading it a little bit more, I'm starting to have a more nuanced understanding of the 21 exponential strategy. So I do want to update that video with a clearer, more concise version with a little bit more education involved in that video. So do be prepared. I'm not going to do that tonight. My brain is haywire tonight. Again, I started working out again, and I think I'm really tired, so I want to be more cognitive when I make that video, and I want to, not say and slur my words and stumble and all that stuff when I make that video. So it is in the books. It is coming. Be prepared for that. Yeah. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please tick that little bell. It helps the YouTube algorithm give us a little bit more visibility. And now let's look at Piton. Okay. Corey. Here we go. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. But I would short the shit out of this. Here's your break. Boom. Test support. Reject. Yellow 21 exponential. This would have been my entry right here. This right here would have been my entry. Second rejection to give it more strength as resistance. I'm going to be looking for downside targets all the way to this low here, first and foremost, right around 109.75. But in my opinion, likely lower, especially if we continue to reject the 21 exponential here and we start seeing this slope further and further to the negative side here. Stochastics coming down to potentially test this upside diagonal trend line here. Doesn't look healthy. Looks very momentous to the downside in my opinion. So I will be looking for this to either touch and confirm as support or break to the downside. A break of this region here to the downside in confluence with a break of the prior low would be very indicative of continuation and validity of the 21 exponential strategy on the short side. Looking at the RSI here, again, a nice little break below that 50 read, more confluence. See, this is actually the signal that I would be taking on this right now. We have a break of that 50 read, and any spike up I'm going to be looking for rejection. Again, seeing that secondary open and closure below the 21 exponential, I'd be setting myself up for a nice, nasty short position here. Again, not financial advice. This is not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. However, if I was trading this asset, which I'm not, but if I was, this is a good signal from my perspective. This is a signal. This is a signal for potential continuation to the downside. Let's look at a couple of examples of when the 21 exponential strategy proved to be very, very valid with... Oh, what the fuck just happened? What did I do? Reload. Reload. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened on that one. Let's go back to it. Boom. Okay. So let's look at examples from the past on the L21 exponential moving average strategy here. Obviously, this region not working out so well. But if you were paying attention to your horizontal support and resistance here, this actually told you to stay in the position here. Obviously, with stochastics, rejecting the critical zone here, and RSI basically failing to move above that 50 read here to confirm a legitimate bull trend with higher highs and continuation, right? So here's your example, right? Here's your break of the 21 exponential, followed by your secondary candle closure. Now, obviously, we saw some consolidation for quite some time, but every pump up above that exponential rejected, right? We never saw a secondary candle closure above that region. Two primary examples right here. Boom, here's your first one. Break above the 21 exponential, rejected. Didn't get a secondary closure to confirm it as tentative support. And then again, boom, spike up, rejection. So if you entered in here and used sound technical analysis, boy, I actually got to zoom out for this percentage here. You could have made a fuck of a trade. And this is just one example here. Sell on the lows, 45%, right? Or if you wanted to, play the 21 exponential strategy a little more legitimately and wait until you get that secondary candle closure above 31% on the move. Not a bad move here. Let's look for another example on Piton here with a bullish up run here. Man, right here's a perfect example, looking almost like Bitcoin here. Seeing your entry point right here, boom, and you don't sell until here. It's 347%, all in the span of what? 152 days, 220 days. It's not fucking bad, man. That's not bad. So I take the 21 exponential moving average strategy very seriously. Obviously, we've seen times where it didn't work so well. It's not a perfect strategy, but again, when I see a signal, when I see an edge, I take it. Regardless of whether it's going to be a winner or a loser. And from my perspective, I would have entered in as close as possible to this 21 exponential. So I would have tried to basically buy the wick high, and then I would have based my, my risk management point on the 21 exponential 2% above for my stop loss. Somewhere around that region, 128.50 would have been my stop loss region, and take profit would have been here. First take profit zone here. Second take profit zone here. Third take profit zone here. Fourth take profit zone here. And again, I'd take profits and add upon test of resistance until again that candle close, that opening closure back above the 21 exponential, showing me bullish momentum. But this is a beautiful short signal in my opinion. I would actually take this signal right off the bat, see how it plays out. Again, if it's a 2% loser, oh well, at least I took the edge. I was disciplined enough to identify the edge, create and formulate a plan, execute that plan, and stick with the plan throughout the entire trade. But right now, in my opinion, we have a signal. We have an absolute signal as far as the shorts perspective is concerned on Piton. And I'm going to be looking again. I'm going to be looking for targets all the way down to $109.75 first and foremost. And if this exponential continues to gain momentum, strength to the downside, I will be implying further downside price action on this one here, potentially all the way down to 103.85, followed by this region here at 98.80. 21 exponential, man. 21 exponential. That's where I'm going to leave Piton here. Let's go ahead and move on. I got one more. Fubo. Oh, wait, what did he ask for? Short and medium term. He wants a short-term analysis on this, too. You got your medium term. Let's look at the 4-hour. Same fucking deal. Same deal here. Lower highs, RSI breaking down below that 50 read here, actually confirming it as resistance. Negative exponential here, again, indicative of more pressure to the downside. Lower high after lower high. Stochastics actually printing a new low, confirming a break of this low here. This diagonal doesn't matter. This is actually on the daily chart. But from a 4-hour perspective, this is definitely breaking down to the downside. Very indicative of price action, much lower. If we see a 4-hour candle closure above 112.52, I will be looking for price action to move to the intended target that I'm looking for on the daily, all the way down here at 109.75, and then obviously level by level to the downside. And until price action gains momentum back above that 21 exponential, I'm going to be thinking short side on this one. So that's short term and medium term for Piton. Let's go ahead and move on. Fubo medium term daily. Excuse me. Boom! Yes! It's been a couple days since I've looked at this one, but boom, we have ourselves a signal! We have ourselves a signal, and I'm going to be using the RSI for this one because, in my opinion, it's a little more obvious. Where's the 50 read here? You could use the stochastics as a decent signal as well. Both of them indicative of continuation here. But again, the 21. Gotta love the 21. All right, so here's what I'm looking at. I got a buy signal, right? Obviously, it's a couple days late. It's actually 2 days late. But here is your break. Boom, big girthy momentous candle, proving that consolidation is no longer on the tables, confirming new highs, confirming new tentative support, while confirming a buy signal above the 21 exponential, right? Here's your warning shot fired. And then, boom, this is your entry point right here. Right here. Obviously, we didn't see a significant back test of the 21 exponential. There are cases where maybe you have to be a little bit more patient, especially if you're looking at shorter term time frames. Oh, this is the 4-hour. I wonder if this is on the daily. Oh my God. Buy signal. Absolutely. Oh yeah, baby. There it is. Oh, fuck. All right. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'd have bought this today. I'd have bought this fucking today. I'd have bought this today. I would have absolutely bought this today. Break back above that 21 exponential, confirming new highs, breaking resistance. Again, printing that new high off of this low here. This is a higher low in conjunction with this low, but maybe not this low. I didn't know that was a low. Fuck that low. This low and this low. These are rising lows. Followed by, boom, new highs, break resistance, confirmation of the 21 exponential strategy. Boom, break above the 50 read, forcing the exponential back to a positive slope. Boom, break above the 50 read, right? Break above the 50 read. Oh, that's right there. Okay, perfect example of building a case for a position. Build a case for a position. This is an absolutely perfect example of building a case. Now, obviously, that does not mean that the trade is absolutely 100% going to work, but I have identified an edge and have received confirmation of that edge. Buy signal. We got the buy signal today, in my opinion, with this secondary candle closure back above the 21 exponential here, confirming this region as new tentative support, confirming the 21 as new tentative support, a break above the 50 read, a break above the 50 read on both momentum oscillators. Whew. That's a buy signal. That right there is a buy signal. Range is broken. It's confirmed broken. Positive slope on the... Yeah, I'm going to be looking for continuation all the way up to this region here, $30.68 over the next few days, obviously, but potentially even more potentially long-term in the future here. Let's see how the 21 exponential moving average strategy worked here in the past. Boom. Entry all the way down. All the way down. If you traded the short side of this position here... Oh boy, 52% on the short side. And then boom, here's another perfect example of the 21 exponential strategy playing out to the upside. Here's your entry. And your exit. Boom, 37%. Absolutely nasty. And then we got this. Boom. Right? Here's your entry. Or maybe if you waited till the next day to test the 21, boom. Here's your exit. Not that great of a trade, but guess what? You still made 4%. You still made 4% playing the 21 exponential moving average strategy. So right there, 3 consecutive trades. 1, 2, 3. Are we looking at 4? Are we looking at a 4th consecutive trade on this asset using the 21 exponential moving average strategy? I do believe so. The evidence is there. The evidence is there. The case has been built for you. That's why paying attention to the charts and absorbing the evidence that the market is giving you and identifying your edge and then managing your position to play in your favor is so important. It is so important to make money. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I'm actually gonna write this one down because I might take a trade on that, to be quite fucking honest with you. Give me 1 second, everybody. I need to grab a pen. Oh man, that's so beautiful. I fucking love signals like that. Fubo equals buy signal. 21 EMA strategy confirmed. What is my evidence? Obviously the 21, right? Evidence is number 1, 21 EMA. Evidence point number 2, RSI break above the 50 read. Three, stochastics break above 50 read. Case built, trade valid. It doesn't get any more textbook than that, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get any more textbook than that. Yeah. Yep. That's normally Fubo TV. Absolutely exciting. Absolutely exciting shit here. Everything is postured for continuation to the upside. I have no reason not to think that this one won't continue to the upside. Again, I could be proven wrong, but the case has been built for a trade, in my opinion. From my perspective, I'm actually inclined to take this trade. I'm actually inclined to go on Webull and go ahead and find some Fubo here to trade. Manage your risk along the way. Preferred, I would like to see another pullback. I want to see price action come back towards that 21 exponential here. It would provide a much cleaner risk management position here. Obviously, because if you base your management off of the 21 here, that's so awesome if you can buy right on the 21, especially if it continues to the upside, because the 21 remains your point of risk management here. And man, yeah, this is a good position, guys. This is a good signal in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but the way this is shaping up right now, I am looking for continuation. This will be my first target for this asset right now is 30 spot 75. And if we break that region and confirm it as support, I'm going to be looking for tests of this high here. And I would be absolutely bullish if we broke 34 spot 30 here. Looking for targets all the way up to this region and potentially even this region here at the prior all-time high. So very, very, not all-time high. Not all-time high, excuse me, new highs. I would be looking for new highs, but the way this one is shaping out right now, I am bullish. This is a bullish uptrend, and it has been a bullish uptrend for quite some time, actually until this point here. but from a macro perspective, this is absolutely bullish, you guys. So with that being said, I think that's going to wrap it up for the stream tonight, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell, boost up that YouTube algorithm for more visibility on that beautiful channel, on that beautiful platform we call YouTube. And thanks for being here, guys.